Welcome you all to another class of Investment Management, subject code 18 MBA FM 302. So in the previous class, we have done the theory of Unit 2, which is risk and return. And after the theory, Nagesh sir have started the problems related to risk and return. In today's class, I will be continuing the risk and return problems. To continue with the risk and return problems, here we have set of question papers starting from the recent one till from 2005-6 to the recent one. We have a number of question papers. Whenever you come to college, you can take the photocopy of the question papers and we'll be solving the problems from this question paper itself. So when you get acquainted with the problems, you can see, refer the question papers, and you also will comfortable that the question papers problems are solved. To begin with, the risk and return problems, there are two types of series. This is similar to the statistics, and in the previous theory class also I've told you that it is quite similar to the statistics, and you need to make a decision making how to solve the problem. So there are two types of problems. So I'll just write here. One is the individual series, another one is the discrete series. Individual series and discrete series. To begin with, still start with the individual series. To start with the individual series, let's take a problem. So I'll take a problem of December 2011. I'll put the problem late and give the information regarding that in the video. Okay, so December 2011 problem. In that you can see here, this is a December 2011 paper and problem. I'll just read out the problem once for you all. I'll write the given information on the board. Okay, so during the past 6 years, the return of the stock were as follows. The year is given and the return is given. So I'll write the year and return here, which helps us to solve the problem. So they have said 6 years data is being given. So this is 6 years data, and they have given return in percentage. One thing to remember is return will always be in percentage. So that is 15, 12, 20, minus 10, 14 and 9. Okay, so this is the data, and they've asked, what they've asked to calculate? Calculate variance and standard deviation of return. So what they have asked, I'll write here. They've asked to calculate the variance and they've asked to calculate the standard deviation. These are the two things which they are asked. To identify whether it is an individual series problem or to discrete series problem, whenever probability is not given, then we call it as individual series. If probability is given in the problem, then we call it as discrete series. So first we'll begin with the individual series problem. So here, by seeing the year and only one column of return, probability is not given, we can identify that this is a individual series problem. So here what you have to do, we have to do the summation and we have to do the average first. So we'll do the summation, that is sigma r. As it is given r, I'll take r only. So summation r. So you have to sum it up. You can take the help of the calculator and sum it on. 15 plus 12 plus 20 plus 14 plus 9, that is 70 minus 10. So you get your answer as 60. So the summation is 60. And next step is you have to find R bar. So I'll just find the R bar here itself. R bar is equal to, formula is summation of R divided by N. So summation of R is, you get 60 divided by 6 years. N is number of years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 years data is given. So your answer is 10. Okay, so R bar you have got is 10. Next column we'll be putting up is R minus R bar. Okay, R minus R bar. So R is 15, R bar is 10. So 15 minus 10, your answer is 5. In the same way, you have to do it for all the 6 years. So each one you have to just deduct. 12 minus 10, 2. Then you have 20 minus 10, 10. 10 minus 10, minus into minus plus. So you get 20, but greater number symbol, so minus 20. And then you get 4. Okay. Then 9 minus 10, it is minus 1. This is R minus R bar. Then we have to do R minus R bar square. Either you can call it as D square or R minus R bar square. You have to square it. So it is 5 into 5 is 25. This is 4 and this is 100. In the same way, do 400 and 4 into 4 is 60 and minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Then you have to do the sigma of this. Sigma of R minus R bar square. You have to do the sigma of this. So sigma of this is 100 plus 4 plus 16 plus 1. So you get is 546. This is the basic what we have done. Now we'll put the formula in order to calculate the standard deviation and in order to calculate the variance. To put the formula for, first I'll do standard deviation and then we'll go for variance. It is vice versa, even though it is our second question they have asked is standard deviation. So standard deviation formula is, I'll make space for both. Standard deviation square, standard deviation is equal to root of sigma R minus R bar square divided by, see, this is the difference between individual series and discrete series. In individual series, you get n minus 1, but in discrete series, you don't have this n minus 1. Instead of that, you have sigma p r minus r bar square. That is the difference. So here we have got 546 is the answer of sigma r minus r square. That is 546 divided by n is 6 minus 1. Okay. So here you have to again simplify this. That is 546 divided by 5. You get 109.2 root. See, you have to use a scientific calculator or the regular calculator which has root. Okay, root of 109.2. So you get 10.449. So I'll take it as 10.45. I'll just hold up the number. Okay, so this is the answer for standard deviation. Okay, this is the second question asked in the question paper. The first question which is asked in the question paper is variance. Variance means standard deviation square. Okay, so I have got 10.45 as my answer. I'll square it up. 0.45. I'll square it up. So I've got the answer 109.2025. So this is the final answer of question 1 and 2 of the question paper, December 2011. So next time I'll write the question paper also which I've referred. Okay. So hopefully you have understood this problem. Let's move on to another simple problem. So I'll just clear this out. Okay, let's move on to another problem. We'll take December 2011 previous question paper, that is 8 scheme. A simple 3 marks problem, 6A, simple 3 marks problem. Okay, I'll just read out the problem. The return associated with the securities A, B and C are given below. So 3 securities have been given, and what they have given is, they have given the probability, and they have asked us to find out the return of the stock. So this problem is December 2011 problem. In December 2011 problem, this is 8 scheme, 08 scheme, and question number is 6A, 3 marks, and they've asked us to find out the return. Okay, they have asked us to find out the expected return. So I'll write down the values first so that it is for me to just multiply. They've given return 1, return 2, return 3, and they've given the securities. So the question is, security they have given, in that return 1, return 2 and return 3 is given. Okay, then they have given A, B and C. I'll just put the columns nearby so that to have space. A, B and C, and the returns are 10, 12 and 14, 12, 14 and 16, 8, 10 and 12. The probability is 0.2, 0.3 and 0.5. So this is a question. Determine the expected return of stock. So that is the question what they have asked. Yeah, this is what I was telling about the discrete problem. Here you can see the return is given and also the probability is given. Whenever they give the probability, they'll not give P, they'll give full probability. Okay. Whenever the probability is given, you have to identify that this is a discrete problem. Okay. So the have space I'll just for this. So understood? Whenever probability is not given, then that is an individual series problem. If the probability is given, then that is the discrete series problem. So we have to find out the expected return. To find out the expected return, we have to multiply the return with the probability. So we have our calculator here. So A into P. I'll write A into P only. Okay. Now I'll just multiply 10 into 0.2. It is 2. Then 12 into 0.3. It is 3.6. For one column, I'll just write here 10 into 0.2. That is return into probability. Okay. 12 into 0.3. That is 3.6. Like this, we have to write 14 into 0.5. Half of 14 is 7. Okay. Then you have to total it. 7 plus 3, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. 12.6. That's the expected rate of return. Well, if you have observed, in the previous problem, we did individual series problem, where to calculate R bar, we did sigma divided by n. Okay, that is as an individual series problem. But in discrete series problem, when you multiply with the probability and do the total, that itself is the R bar or expected rate of return. In the same way, you have to do it for B and C. Try out with B and C. So again, B, 12 into 0.2 you get is 2.4. Then 14 into 0.3, that is 4. You get is 4.2. Then 14 into 16 into 0.5, half, you get is 8. Okay, now comes the adding. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12, 14, 14.6. Okay, that is R. This is of A, R bar A, and this is of R bar B, and last one is R bar C. So I'll write here C again. Here, yeah, 8 into 0.2, you get is 1.6. Then 12 into 0.3, that is what? You get 3. Okay. Then 12 into 0.5, you get 6. So R bar C, your answer is 6, 9, 10, 10.6. Okay. This is the answer for your problem. That is R A, it is 12.6, B 14.6, C 10.6. So sometimes they'll ask to give the decision. So here they're not asked to give any conclusion or suggestion or decision. So here this setup, you have to calculate the expected rate of return. Okay, this was another problem. These are all simple problems. Once you are comfortable with the simple problems, we'll move on with the complex ones. Okay, next. Okay, we'll take another problem to solve. Okay, that we'll take an old problem. Okay, these are the basic problems are. Okay, so here one more problem is there. This is of July 2006 paper. Very old. Okay, July 2006 paper. And earlier the same subject was there, but the title was changed was as security analysis and portfolio management, whereas now it is being changed to investment management. But the contents, the syllabus, it is same. Okay, so this problem is for this is MBA 4F2 scheme. This is MBA 4F2 scheme, and the problem number is 4C, and this is for problem number is 4C. So this is for 10 marks. I'll just read out the problem for you all. An investor has a choice of 4 stocks of investment. So here the decision making is there. Okay, the investor has a choice of 4 stocks for investment. Their rate of returns and probabilities are given below. Okay, they are given their rate of returns as well as the probabilities. So here stock of Vimal is there, SBI they are given, Cipla they are given, and Telco has been given. So they have asked 2 questions. Are all these securities attractive investment? So whether these securities are attractive investment or not. Second question they have asked is, of those that are attractive, how should the investor choose one to buy? So you have to make a decision which one to buy. So to do this, there are 4 companies given. We have to take one by one and solve it. Okay. So first company we'll be taking is Vimal. In the previous problem, we have done only written, but in this problem for discrete series, we'll be doing written as well as risk. So what is the information they have given of Vimal company? They have given R. R is R they have given us minus 0.3, 0, 0.3 and 0.7. Okay, this is the information, and they've given the probability 0.2, 0.4, 0.3 and 0.5. So they have given 4 companies but you have to take one company at a time. You can't do it all together. So you have to take one company at a time. So now we'll have our calculators, and as I've told, probability is given. When the probability is given, we have to understand that it is a discrete series problem. Okay. When we do the discrete series problem, we'll start with to calculate R bar. What do you need to do? We have to multiply these two. That is the first step. So I'll do it. Minus 0.3 into 0.2. That is, you get minus 0.6. Okay. Anything multiplied with 0 is 0. Then 3 into 3, 0.09. Then 7 into 1, it is 0.1. Okay. So 0.7 into 0.1 is 0.07. Okay. This completes our R bar. So I told you, no, discrete series, the total itself is R bar. If it's an individual series, we do n minus 1. So we need to add up. That is 9 plus 7, 16 minus 6, it is 0.10. Okay. Then you have to calculate R minus R bar. So here R minus R bar is the return which you initially it's been quoted in the problem, that is R, and you get the R bar which is here, so you have to minus that. So first we'll take minus 0.03 minus 0.10. Okay, so we are going to calculate this. So you get is 0.3 minus 0.10. So you get is minus 0.4. Okay, in the same way we have to do it for the remaining. So here 0 minus 0.10. So that is understood, it is 0.10. And third one, it is 0.3 minus 0.10. So 0.30 minus 0.10, you get 0.2. And next is the last one, which is 0.7 minus 0.10. So 0.70 minus 0.10, it is understood, it is 0.6. So here we have found out R minus R bar. Then we have R minus R bar square. So we have to square this. Then only when calculating you can square it, or else 4 into 4, it is 16. So minus into minus plus. So 0.16. So this is 0.1 itself, where 0.1 into 1 you will get 0.01. Okay. Then you have got 0.2, that is you get 0.04. Then 0.6 into 0 you get 0.5. So next we'll go on to probability R minus R bar square. So this was the step of discrete series which we had not done. The same process follows, but the thing here is you have to just put probability into R minus R bar. So you have to multiply the probability again. So we need to have the calculator. So 0.16 into the probability is 0.2, 0.032. Then you have 0. Probability is 0.4. 0.4 into 0.01. That is, you get 0.004. 0.004. Then you have 0.04 into 0.3. That you get as 0.012. Then you have the written as 0.7. 0.36 into the probability 0.1. That is 0.036. And you need to add up all these. That 0.032 plus 0.004 plus 0.012 plus 0.036. So you get a sigma of 2. I just by accidentally pressed the back button, so I am doing it again. 0.12 plus 0.036. So you get 0.084. Okay, and once you do that, we know our regular standard deviation formula. Standard deviation formula is, here you can observe that there is a difference again. I told you sigma p r minus r bar square divided by, this is a discrete series problem. I told you there will be no divided by, so it will just multiply the probability. Here the answer is ready. So root of 0.084. The root of this we are going to calculate, and root of 0.084. You get 0.2898. And I told you about the variance. So variance is nothing but the standard deviation square, which I told you. So that is 0.2898 square. The square of this into 0.2898. So you get 0.084. 0.084. That's the answer. So what we need to do, we'll keep all the answers at one side and repeat the same step. Okay. So the written R bar is 10 here. Okay. And R bar is 10 and risk is 0.2898 and variance is 0.084. Okay, so this is the data. So what I'll do is I'll clear out the one side of the board and I'll put the table form. Hope so it is visible for you all. I will not put the end line so that if you want an extension we can draw. So first we have calculated Bemel company. Return I'll put here. Return is 0.10. Okay, and standard deviation is 0.2898. Okay, and the last one, that is variance, is 0.084. Okay, so I put all the data and this side. EL 0.10, 0.2898, 0.084. Whenever a decision need to be made, such kind of tabular form is very important to make the decision. So whenever you do the problem, immediately post the tablet. The formula we could have retained it, but we erased it. We'll take another company which is given in the problem and we'll follow the same method. Parallelly, by seeing the videos, you can also try to solve it. The data will take minus 0.2, 0, 0.2 and 0.4. So this is the data, and probability is different for this problem. So probability is 0.15, 0.35, 0.45 and 0.05. And one interesting fact to tell you, if any of the probability you are getting confused, if you add up, it will be 1 or 15%, 35%, 45% and 5%, it has to come up to 100. Okay, that is it. So here again we'll do the multiplication of this and then try to find out what are the answers. Okay, while I do the problem, you can also take the pen and paper and simplify. So this is minus, keep in mind. So this is 0. So 0.03. Either you can put bracket or minus sign for savings. Okay, then everything multiplied to 0. Then 0.2 into 0.45. It is 0.09. And the last one of this 5%, that is 0.4 into 0.05. So you get 0.0. But you have to total this. 9, 10, 11 minus 3, it is 0.08 is the answer. Again, we'll do the calculation of this where we do R minus R bar. Okay, R minus R bar, you just calculate your values. I'll just write this. So here first answer minus 0.28. Then you have R is this plus 0.08. So you get minus 0.08. Okay, then you have again 9 minus so third one you get is 0.12. Okay, then last one 0. You get a 0.32. Okay, these are the answers, and then again you have to square it, and I'll put d square because I need space for the tabulation. So I'll just do the square of this. Whenever you calculate this, immediately you can do the square there. So 0.28 into 0.28, you get 0.0784. And the same way you can do it for the rest. 0.08 into 0.08. You get a 0.0064. Okay, and the same way in the next 0.12 into 0.12, you get 0.144. Every zeros are important. 0.32 into 0.2, you get 102. Okay, once you finish this, again multiply this with the probability d square, where you're going to multiply it with the probability, that is your probability column is this, into 0. While doing this also you can do line wise, no issues. That is 0.0051. Okay, 0.0051. Then 0.0784 into 0.15, you get 0.01. You can keep it as 1176, or you can keep it as 118. Okay, then again 0.0076 0.64 into 0.35. So again it is 0.0022. Okay, then it is 0.0144 into 0.45. It is 0.0065. So this is the answer, and again we are going to do the sigma of this. So 0.0118 plus 0.0022 plus 0.0065 plus 0.0051. So here 0.0256 is the sigma. Okay, 0.0256. Again, standard deviation formula, the root of this 0.0256. Calculate the root of this, root of the answer. You get 0.16. 0.16 into 0.16. You get the variance as 0.0256. So this is related to SBI. I write the answer of SBI here. That is 0.08. Standard deviation is 0.16 and variance is 0.0256. So this is done. Again, we move on to the next set of company in this. Next set, that is Cipla. Cipla company. We have the data 0.2. Then we have 0.1, 0.4 and 0.8. Okay, and 0.2431. 4, 3 and 1. So this is the problem. So to solve this problem, let's do the R again. The data which I have written is right. To solve this, let's put on the data. So minus 0.2 into 0.2 minus 0.04, and the same way do it for the next, the same 0.04. Okay, this is negative and this is positive, and this is a bit easy when compared to the previous one. 0.08. So this is done. So let's have a total 24 on. So 0.20. Okay, then R minus R bar. So R minus R bar will be calculating. So you get this 0. Minus 0.04 R minus R bar. It is a minus symbol. Okay, then 0.10. Okay, and then 0.20. Okay, and the last one is 0.60 R minus R1. Okay, so you get the square, you will get 0.16. Again, you're going to square it. Last problem also we have done. Sorry. 0.10. Right. Answer is right. So 0.2 into 0.04. Okay. Then you have 0.36. So this is again squaring of it. I've done the square in the meanwhile. Where 16 it is 36. 0.036. Sorry, 32. So 16 to the 32. That is there. Then again 1 is 0.04. Okay, then you have 0.04 into into 0.04. You have 0.012. Okay, then you have 0.036. Okay, so total we are going to add up these all. Then that is coming up to 0. You get 0.08. Okay, again we are going to do the standard deviation of 0.084. Root of 0.084. You get 0.2898. 0.2898, and the variance you get this into 0.2898. You have just multiplying that 0.0840. 0.0840. So here you have Cipla. So Cipla is 0.2, 0.084. Sorry, this is 0.2898, and the last one 0.84. So yeah, last company is Telco company. Telco company. I'll write the data, whereas the calculation you all have to do it. Okay, do it at home. This is a homework for you all. I'll give you the answer also. Okay, Telco company minus 0.1, 0, 0.1 and 0.2 and 0.1, 0.25, 40, 25, 25, 40 and 25. So this is what you have to do. For this you have to do the problem, and answers I've already got it. So I've done the answers. Here, Telco. So the answer is 0.08, 0.0927. You can, once you finish calculating, you can cross 0.0086. So coming to the questions, there are two questions which is asked. One, is the securities acceptable? Yes, the securities are all acceptable because all have got positive returns. So you can accept all the securities. That is the answer for the first one. Second question, they have asked whether which security to select if one security is selected. See here, the risk when it is compared, both that is Bemel and Cipla both has got the common risk, but Cipla has got higher return when compared to the same risk, and Bemel has got lesser return when compared to the same risk. So we are going to select Cipla company. So hopefully you have understood the problems which has been done in this session. Thank you. Let's meet with another problems in another session.